Something really big is happening on the Pakistan Stock Exchange. For the very first time, an Islamic Takaful company, Qatar Family Takaful, is going public. Now, this isn't just another listing on the market, it's a huge milestone for Pakistan's entire financial sector. And in the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly what that means for you.
So, there it is, the big announcement. Qatar Family Takaful is officially going public. This is exciting because it opens up a brand new Sharia-compliant investment opportunity on the PSX. It's a really critical development, not just for experienced investors, but for the market as a whole.
All right, here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll start with why this is such a historic first. Then we'll get into what Family Takaful actually is. After that, we'll dive deep into the financials, weigh the pros and cons, the green flags versus the red flags, and then we'll wrap it all up with the specific details of the IPO itself.
Okay, first up, let's unpack why this is such a big deal. I mean, this isn't just another company getting listed. This is a first for the entire industry here in Pakistan.
The company at the center of all this is Qatar Family Takaful, or PQFTL as you'll see it called. They are absolute pioneers. Not only are they the first, but they're also the largest company that focuses only on family takaful. So their arrival on the stock exchange is literally carving out a whole new space for Sharia-conscious investors.
And, the numbers here really speak for themselves. In the segment of companies that only do takaful, PQFTL has a jaw-dropping 90% market share. That is just pure dominance. And even when you bring in the big conventional insurance companies that offer takaful as a side business, they still command a massive 44% of that market. Having that kind of power is a huge advantage when you're about to go public.
So what is this business model all about? For a lot of people, takaful might be a new word. Let's take a second to clarify what makes it so different from the insurance you might be used to. At its core, takaful is a Sharia-compliant system, and the best way to think about it is mutual protection. All the participants, the policyholders, they all chip into a shared fund. That fund is then used to help out any member of the group who suffers a loss. It's really built on this idea of cooperation and looking out for each other.
And this slide right here shows that fundamental difference perfectly. With takaful, it's a risk-sharing model. Your contributions go into a community pool to help the group. On the other hand, conventional insurance is a risk-selling model, where the company takes your premium and takes on the risk themselves. It's a total shift in philosophy, moving from just selling a product to actually enabling mutual support.
All right, so the model sounds good in theory, but how does that actually translate into financial performance? Because at the end of the day, the numbers have to tell a pretty strong story, right?
And believe me, the financial story is impressive. Let's just start with this one. In 2024 alone, the company's gross profit shot up by a massive 90.75%. That's the kind of explosive growth that really makes investors sit up and pay attention.
And that strength doesn't just stop at the top line. It carries right through to the bottom line, with their net profit surging by over 72%. This proves that their growth isn't just on paper. It's translating directly into real, tangible profitability.
And to back all these numbers up, you've got a huge vote of confidence from the rating agency PACRA. They've given PQFTL an A++ rating. What that means is they see excellent financial health and stability. It's a crucial stamp of approval. So let's just put all that in one place. Gross profit over 366 million rupees, net profit at nearly 270 million, earnings per share are up almost 72%, and they doubled their dividend. I mean, look across the board. These numbers are all painting a picture of a company with some serious momentum.
But, any smart investor always looks at both sides of the coin. No company is perfect, and there are always risks. So let's take a balanced look at the green flags, all the good stuff, and the red flags that you definitely need to know about.
So starting with the positives, the green flags are pretty compelling. First off, the company has powerful backing from Qatar's financial sector, which means stability. They've got good cash flow, good liquidity, and as we've already seen, they are the undisputed market leader. To top it all off, some analysts are already putting out a price target of around 40 rupees per share after the IPO.
However, and this is a big however, every investor has to be aware of this major red flag. The company is facing a potential tax liability of over 900 million rupees. Now, the really crucial part is that this amount is not set aside or accounted for in their financial statements. So if a ruling goes against them, it could have a huge direct impact on their profits. This is a serious risk, and it can't be ignored.
All right, so after weighing the pros and the cons, if you're interested in possibly participating, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the initial public offering itself.
Okay, let's break down the IPO specifics. The goal here is to raise about 700 million rupees by offering 50 million shares. The price band has been set between 14 and 21 rupees per share. And in terms of who gets the shares, it's split. 75% is reserved for big institutional investors, and the other 25% is for the general public.
Get your calendars out for these dates. The registration period is open from December 8th through the 10th. Right after that, the book-building process for institutional and high-net-worth investors kicks off on December 11th and 12th.
So, what's the plan for all this new money they're raising? Well, the funds are going to be used in 3 key areas. First, to meet regulatory capital requirements. Second, to invest heavily in expanding their digital presence and IT systems. And third, to fuel innovation by developing new products for their customers.
So that's the whole story. The PAC Qatar Family Takaful IPO is a genuine milestone. You've got a dominant market leader with explosive growth, but that's balanced against one very significant financial risk. The real question for investors then is whether the incredible potential of being the first of its kind outweighs the uncertainty of that 900 million rupee question mark. One thing's for sure, this listing is going to shape the future of Islamic finance in Pakistan, and everyone will be watching.